Oh, did it restart on that one?
No, you restarted.
Yeah.
No one's in yet. There we go.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I don't know what happened. The darn thing lost contact. So all this chicken's just about done. And I think this will be good enough.
I hope. Andrew can eat the leftover chicken.
Yeah. Toss it in some hot sauce. You won't know the difference.
Right? Throw it in the grease we heated up before.
Guys, it's some good stuff. And you still get your hand messy, just like you would with regular chicken wings. Andrew.
Food?
Yep. Only calling.
I know, right? Wait, you're still alive? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, okay, it's quiet over there. It's just so quiet over there, I can't tell.
Yep. And you're gonna have grease in the bottom of your bowl, but that's fine because that's just the sauce.
What, from the boneless goodness?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to eat for a minute. I'm not going to have too much because I was eating some while I was cooking, but that's how this goes.
I'm so mad.
You can't eat anymore?
Not right now.
How much did you eat?
3 pieces.
More for me.
No. Mine. Hey, I want some more after this. You can go make some macaroni and cheese. Because there is more chicken. What? There is no more chicken.
I'm saving my appetite for the creme brulee because you may not like it.
Is it one of those Mexican desserts?
No, it's a French.
Because I remember at one of the Mexican restaurants, we got something that had like a caramel something on top of it, and it was really gooey. And it was white and creamy looking.
No, French or creme brulee is a custard. It's made of eggs and sugar and milk.
I don't know. I'm eating chicken right now.
Okay, that's all for me right now. Setting that off to the side. I'll clean up my little mess here. Not much of a mess at all. Pretty easy cleanup. Now I'm gonna sit down with y'all for a minute.
More, please.
Just a couple more pieces and that's it, bud.
Okay.
Because that was a full bowl. I am going to, like I said, sit down with y'all for a minute. I'm going to
I have 4 pieces left.
oh, you ate more? Okay.
But I can't go.
Finish
too much
my
more. I'll be sick.
coffee and have a cigarette. Chat with you guys for a minute. And then get ready to make the creme brulee. Now, a lot of people don't know what creme brulee is, but it's a custard. Let me get you guys a little closer to me. It is a custard that they generally put in a ramekin. And it's made of eggs, milk, sugar, and you add a little vanilla in there. And generally it's made with heavy cream. But because I don't have any heavy cream, I want to substitute some sweetened condensed milk.
Okay, now that was good.
I could go take a nap now.
Yeah, you could.
I don't think I like this that I feel like I'm a newborn baby all over again. I eat and then I want to nap.
You knew how it was gonna go, babe.
I don't know, but that's not fun. I'm also not liking the point that I can't enjoy the food anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little time for that. Yeah, buffalo wings are a favorite around here. We just love some buffalo wings. So, Melody, I don't think you were in here when I was telling about what I'm doing. I am setting up a website where uh, it's dedicated to cooking. And I know there's a lot of websites out there, and this is for everybody that's in here if you weren't in here before when I described it. But I know there's a lot of websites out there dedicated to cooking. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos, there's a lot of blogs, and all kinds of stuff. But this one's going to be a little different. And it's going to be dedicated to true home cooking. It's not going to be one of those sites where, it's all fancy and done up in a commercial kitchen and everything like that. This is um, blogs and descriptions and videos. There's going to be a link to a new YouTube channel that I'm going to create about this. And it's going to um, be dedicated, like I said, to the true in-home chef.
Are you sleeping?
And it's going to be one of those where uh, there's going to be a lot of information about conversions for how much this is and how much that is for measurements. A lot of information about what you can substitute things for if you don't have this or that in your pantry. Because there's a lot of times that I'll scroll up and down my Facebook feed and see a video about something, or Ashley will pass me off a video about, oh, I want this. Well, the video was done in a commercial kitchen where everything is perfect and they have all of the uh, gadgets and gadgets that they need to be able to make that. And a lot of times you want something that tastes really good, but and you see a video, but it's one of those things where you have to go to the store to pick up half the ingredients. This is going to be dedicated to those that don't have commercial kitchen type stuff in their kitchen. Or it's going to be a website, sorry, dedicated to those that don't have commercial ingredients, and just everything on hand. This is going to be to basically the true in-home cook, the leftover cook, the person that like normal Americans that don't have everything you need to make every possible thing out there.
Give them a look into our refrigerator so we can get an idea how.
Our fridge is kind of messy at the moment. I'd like to organize it before I do that.
It's a true American refrigerator, love.
Yeah.
No one's refrigerator is perfectly organized unless you got that much time.
Well, let me smoke this and I'll go delve into what we have to show you guys that you can make really good stuff and not have much in your fridge. I mean, we got quite a bit of stuff in our fridge, but not everybody does.
Mo Man says hi.
Hi, Mo Man. How are you? I am going to set up a Patreon. I want to set up a direct link for donations. There's going to be a members area on the site. That way people can log in and also do, put in their ideas and comments on the blogs and things like that, and uh, to make it easier for everybody to see. You know, if you like somebody's comments, you can go see what else they've posted or done, things like that. So where are you from, Mo Man? Oh, what part? Because that's where we are from. And for those of you that don't know, Ashley Lynn is my wife. And if there's ever a time in a live stream or video or live stream, I should say, that you have a question about something and I'm busy, my hands are busy, or I can't see the comments at the point, she can kind of guide you or answer questions or whatever. Oh, you're actually just south of us then. We are just south of St. Louis, right up I-55 in Arnold. So we're actually not far from each other. That's pretty cool. I like to always see local people. So I will show you guys. Oh, I know where that's at. Yeah. So guys,
That's not far from you, really.
this is a normal home refrigerator. It's kind of empty at the moment because we haven't done our shopping for the month yet. It's coming to the end of the month, but we still have lots of food. We got a whole turkey down there. We got, different sausages. Got some pork steaks. Got a bunch of hamburger. That's the freezer. Leftovers, eggs, butter, milk, tea, Kool-Aid, all that stuff. The general door. We just donated a whole bunch of canned goods and food, so our pantry is kind of empty at the moment. And my spice rack / baking ingredients and stuff like that. And oh, she just actually finished a bunch of her pickles actually yesterday, but she does have pickle pops. Bob's Pickle Pops. So, yes, she still has pickle stuff. So it's going to be dedicated to those that are like us, that, like I said, don't have everything you possibly need for every recipe all the time. And it's going to hopefully create a nice big community where people can go onto the site and get an idea. Say they have a couple things in their fridge and they want a good idea as to what to fix. Because we're all the time, what do you want for dinner? What do you want? And we can't ever decide. So hopefully, like I said, it takes off. And it's going to be simple recipes. It's not going to be something where you have to search this and search that and search this. Let me show you a good example. See that Google search right there? Creme brulee with sweetened condensed milk. First recipe. That's the one I'm going to be doing my creme brulee with. Because not everybody has heavy cream in their fridge. I don't. Not all the time. I have it every once in a while. If I'm planning ahead or something like that. But, and I don't have ramekins. So you know what? These work. Coffee cups. Coffee cups work. You're not heating it to 500 degrees. So, might as well get started for y'all. Still at 29%. Oh, Melody, they taste just like pickles, though. That's the thing. So I'm clicking on that recipe. Close my other stuff out. This back up again. Okay, so I will bring you guys a little closer. That way you all can see what I'm doing. So, according to this recipe, there it is. This is all you need for creme brulee. So I'm going to follow this recipe and see how it turns out. Milk is sweetened condensed milk. I need 2.5 cups of milk. So find my cup measure. Now you never, if something says to bring milk to a boil, you never want to put it into a hot pan, it'll scorch it. You want to slowly bring it up. What?
Melly said, I wonder if I use my Starbucks cup, will they break?
For creme brulee?
Yeah. And then she said, I have a huge kitchen, no counter space.
If your cup is ceramic, it'll work. Generally, ceramic and porcelain are oven proof. Actually, I'm not going to use the cups. I'm going to do it in a larger pan. Because you can, look at that condensed milk. What?
And Melody said, I have a wooden bar stool that I use to sit and do dishes and also use to help cook with cooking. I said, I have an 11-year-old son and Nate, I'm good.
Here's my 1/2 cup of sugar. Now, the more this heats up, that condensed milk is going to thin out and combine better with the milk. Now, I want to get this boiling, so I'm going to put this on high. And you want to constantly stir it because you don't want milk to scorch. Oh, she doesn't have to worry about that.
You're stuck like Chuck.
I'm not complaining.
Look. If you do start playing off on cast iron skillet. on said you need to make some hard tack candy.
You what?
Jamie said, and Jamie's on, and he said you
Hi,
need
Jamie.
to make some hard tack candy.
Hardtack candy? I could do that. I don't have a candy thermometer though, Jamie. And you need to, if you're doing sugar candies like that, you need to be able to tell the temperature. I mean, I could do it without the thermometer, but it's just a lot easier with one. Like what kind of hard candy would you want to see made? Give me an idea of what kind you would want to see made, and I could probably get that done for you. Come on, boil.
Melody said butterscotch.
I'd have to get some butterscotch flavoring.
Or some butterscotch candies.
Yeah,
Little chips.
yeah.
We're gonna make a list of things because we gotta make holiday cookies too.
Yeah, cinnamon. I could do cinnamon.
Sick. Can we do Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah.
How about
Now
Snickers?
that my concoction here, my milk and sweetened condensed milk is bubbling, I'm going to add half a cup of sugar. I'm going to make sure that's all well combined. And keep it stirring it. Turn this off. Pull it off the heat. Okay. So not enough to beat next. Okay. So now sorry, guys. Now I'm taking 8 eggs. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Uh, I gotta start using my laptop for these live streams because I keep losing connection. Anyway, so I got 8 eggs in here. I don't know if you all saw me break them up. That's easy to do. It's just practice. Um, and you beat them really good. You want these eggs really, really beaten. Because you don't want any of that egg yolk or the white to not be incorporated. Okay. So,
It says you're buffering and I can't see you anymore.
do what?
It says you're buffering and she can't see you no more. She has to be with his move. We'll see if maybe you can move the camera. So this is how I see you.
Tell them to just refresh. Because I'm playing on mine. Just tell them to stop the stream and restart. Or hit pause and play or whatever. Because I'm coming through real easy. So I've got my eggs. I've got my milk mixture. And as I'm adding this milk mixture, I'm going to be stirring. I'm going to add a little at a time. Because it's going to temper those eggs. That way they don't scramble. Now once they've gotten hot enough, they won't scramble on you. And you can add more and more. So now I have my tempered mixture. As you can see, you know when you cook eggs, they scramble up. If you add just a little tiny bit at a time as you're constantly stirring, it'll temper those eggs. That way they'll heat up and they won't cook at the same time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, 300. So the way I'm going to do this, because I don't have enough coffee cups, that's quite a bit of mixture. If you have a big pan or whatever, you can use that. I am going to use a bunt pan. Sorry, a springform pan. Sorry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the springform pan. This recipe calls for a different type of caramelized topping. Okay. You guys are going to see that, because I need to add water to this. You're going to see that springform pan shouldn't, if it's good, let any water in. Just like it doesn't let any batters out or anything like that. So I put my pan in, past the lip. I've got a little leak. I don't want that leak, so I'm going to have to use a different pan. That'll work. I found I have a, what is this? 9 by 11 little cake pan. I want to make sure my water is about halfway up the pan. And that would be the same if you use ramekins or whatever. So what I want to do is I want to actually take this out. I'm going to pour my mixture into the pan. Oh, perfect fitting. I'm going to wait for my oven to heat up completely. Now the water where it is should be good enough. Okay. But I'm going to pour it out because I don't want to add any extra weight for when I put this into the oven. And I'll put the water in after. What you're basically doing is, I can't remember the term for this. Not parboiling or anything like. But you're putting it in like a steam bath type thing, and you're boiling it outside the container. So it's not directly cooking it with the heat, but it's not indirectly cooking it. It's hard to explain.
Let me go.
And I know this isn't the traditional way, but this is for us that, real home cooks. Don't have ramekins all the time at home. Don't have a bunch of, a dozen 6-ounce coffee cups. You can make do. You want creme brulee? Put it in a big pan, and then when you're ready for it, put it in a bowl. Scoop it out and put it in a bowl and eat it. You're good. It can sit in the fridge for a few days, a week, as long as it's nicely sealed. So now that my oven is preheated, put my pan in. Put my brulee in. And put a bunch of water in. And that's how you do it. You let it cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. But I'm not going to be on long enough to show you the 40 to 45 minutes later thing. I'll just make a video to show you. It's really cool because I'm going to end this here in about 10 minutes. That way you guys have a bunch of other stuff to do, I'm sure. And okay, it's about halfway up the pan. Scoot it back in. It'll be done in here about 45 minutes or so. Now it'll be done when you can stick a knife in the center and it comes out clean, just like a cake. And the way I like to do it is you'd sprinkle a bunch of sugar on top. You take a blowtorch and melt that sugar. It caramelizes the top, adds a nice skin to it, and makes it really good. And not everybody's into creme brulee. It's got a really eggy, creamy texture. And this will be the first time Ashley's ever had it, so I hope she likes it.
So don't you have to watch it fall?
No. No, you're not adding. Oh, what are you thinking of? That is souffle. It's not creme brulee. You're thinking of souffle. Souffles generally are the ones that are really temperamental and fall and stuff like that because they rise up. Because you add conditionings to the eggs to help them rise. This is a custard because you're using the eggs and you're using the creams and stuff like that, the milk-based stuff. So yeah, I know my cooking, terms. That's a souffle is eggs. Generally, it's egg whites, the egg whites that you beat up and incorporate a bunch of air and put in some baking powder, cream of tartar, and other stuff, and it helps it to rise as it's cooking. And then once it gets to a certain point, the top kind of flares open and it falls. But yeah, that's souffle. It's been years since I made a souffle.
Never
I
had
can-
souffle.
Make one for y'all one of these days. I tell you what, you send me, those of you watching, if I'll give you this special little, heads up. If you want to send me an email, nate@aimsonline.net. That's going to be the name of my new website, aimsonline.net. And if there's anything that you want to see made, you want to know how it's made, or anything like that, I will put that on my list of things that I need to get made.
Michael.
But if you are following
You
along
need to go get in the shower.
as I'm doing things for you, actual spoken tutorial, it's hard to mess things up. Nate at Ames, AMES, online.net. Ames Online.
Want me to put it in?
Okay. Well, I don't know if you can put an email in.
I did.
Okay. Okay. But that's my email address.
I didn't even drink yet.
It's been 30 minutes since you've eaten.
In about 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Then no. So I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to get going. It's just Melody. It's just you, me, and Ashley. So, like I said, send me an email. And if you give a whole list, I'll pick a couple things. Or, if it's really easy stuff, I'll be able to do all of them. But, if you want to see how something's made, if you want to see, if there's any kind of tips or hints or ideas that you're wanting on cooking, let me know. And I can do all that for you. On my site, I'm going to be able to create a members portal, and for depending on the complexity of the food and the expense of the food, for a small donation or whatever, to help support, supply the items needed, I will do a full-blown tutorial on exactly how to fix something, bake something, and that would be like a one-on-one thing, whether the person just wants a video tutorial or wants to literally, face-to-face, do like a Skype or something like that, then I can end up doing that. So I'm going to get going. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. And starting next week, I'll be able to tell you more details about the site. So y'all have a good night.